Welcome to my community, where Michael Fewer and Herb Wess can care less. It's all about $1 billion project. Life here doesn't mean shit. Once a ghetto environment, now a multi-million dollar, maybe $1 billion project. Homeless is at an all-time high. Crime is at an all-time low. But our community is being destroyed, whether not being taken care of or destroyed by LAPD. It's sad. This is what we have to look forward to. But they just spent all this money on that Kaiser right there around this field. We're paying the government and the city officials to take care of this stuff and keep it nice and clean, but you can see care less. You probably thought I was in the valley or another third world country. So. This is us, man. Baldwin Village. Lies. Lies on top of lies. This is my neighborhood, man. think this tree's gonna fall, guys. It's sad because no one's fixing our streets. No one gives a shit about our streets. Look at our gutters. Clogged all the way up. We hate to see it rain. But Herb Wess was on TV bragging about how when it was raining, he had sent the city people out to take care of the gutters. But not over here, not in the Baldwin Village. Out in the jungles. Here goes some. This is probably eventually become a sinkhole right here. This is when they use asphalt to put back on top of concrete, knowing that when it rains, that the water is going to make the oil separate, and then it's going to become a hole. They know it, but it's called job security. Put down the stuff that you know you'll have to replace, and then you'll still have somewhere to sneak and misuse funds. It's still elementary school. When I was a little kid, schools were way cleaner than this. But they cut back so much. Education is not the priority in the ghetto neighborhoods. By far, it isn't a priority. You guys pay close attention to these cracks in this ground right here. See these long cracks in this asphalt? Pay attention to all the cracks. I'm going to show you where those cracks are coming from. And this ground's going to open up. But the city knows about this. These are roots or a broken water line here. Whichever one. I'm thinking it's roots, but pay attention right here. See this? You see that? See the bump in the road right there? stuff. That was either these roots coming out of here or water main is broken, it's lifting up. People can't even walk from their cars. If this car wasn't here, you can see where the ground actually drops down. But you see the actual ground busting open. The city's very much aware of this. This is what people have to endure when they get out their cars after they pay that high rent. It's just sad because you can see this stuff didn't happen overnight. This tree's been rotting and dying for years. This is the city's property. But again, you see this ground, guys, busting open because of that tree. Or because of a water main. But I'm thinking it's these trees. See down in here? All the way down to the elementary school. And then we have more damaged sidewalks. Now I want to know who's going to put a lawsuit in for the people that has to endure this every day. After they paying $1,000 and some change worth of rent a month. And then this kind of stuff right here. It's sad, man, because they're very much aware of this stuff. I believe it's the 10th District. Herb Wess and those guys are stealing the funds for the sanitation in the Baldwin Village. What they do is they actually turn it on the apartment building owners and blame them for actually the front of these buildings are looking like this. They either say you guys didn't call in or some crazy shit like that to where they don't have to take responsibility. But these kind of streets and sidewalks aren't in the areas where the rich are living. They don't have these kind of problems. They aren't tripping on stuff like this. This type of stuff. This type of stuff don't happen in those neighborhoods. The little kids that try to come to school and get hurt. It's early in the morning, guys. We got some hot summer meals going on. Now you notice directly on the corners of the elementary schools, they have actually fixed the curbs and made them where they're ADA accessible. But the reason why they do it around the schools and make the schools streets try to look good within the schools is because that's actually where they have their dog and pony shows, where they come out and they say, oh yeah, we're so into education and we want to do this with the youth, but they forget that the actual laws and stuff that they make are to destroy the youth, to take the youth from growing and developing to conquering and destroying the youth. It's sad, but this is what we vote for, you know. And people say, hey man, let's go and let's pray to God and let's go to church. But I'm going to tell you something. I know where actually they're doing God's work at and the devil's work at. And it's in the same building that we elected people to take care of us. They're doing God's work and the devil's work in the City Council's office and the LA City Attorney's office and your neighborhood watch councils. This is where they're doing all of these programs. This is across the street from the elementary school, Hillcrest Elementary School. See how filthy this is. But he'll say it's the tenants to throw out the people that's over here. That's what they'll say. To actually block them from being held accountable for actually destroying the neighborhood, stealing funds, and not implementing and dispatching the proper assistance and funds and time in the appropriate areas. So for one to be not held accountable for their wrongdoings, they have to first blame someone else for their shortcomings, for the reason why they aren't accomplishing what you actually elected them to accomplish. So it's kind of a pointing the finger thing. I couldn't do this because you were in my way kind of thing. You see how nasty these streets is, right? And it isn't because people threw stuff down, it's because you didn't clean it up. We can't blame people for things that we have put personnel in place to contain it. But then once the containment has been proven not to be containable, or you can not execute your promise, then you find someone to blame for the actual situation. And it's sad because in 2020 we're going to have the same people out here again, and like they're doing right now, who were voting for the primaries. And it's sad because we actually get happy and we're watching these people tell us a bunch of lies, and then after we vote them in to be untouchable. We vote them in to not even be able to talk to them. See, this is 105 bus stop. We don't have a bus stop. Excuse me, we don't have a seat here for anyone across the street. This is a 105 bus stop. We don't have a seat here. The dash station, we don't have a seat here. So then we want to say to ourselves, what is this dash stop? What is this 105 stop actually used for? Is it for the kids to commute to school? Is it for the elders to commute back and forth locally in their neighborhood? And if so, then why aren't we making their comfortability comfortable? This is supposed to be actually an access for the elders to get around the neighborhood, but we can't seem to actually get them around the neighborhood without putting their lives in danger. And when I say that, I mean their footing and sanitation in the area, because it's obvious that if they're in their 80s or up there, that they aren't scared to live in this neighborhood. And once they reach that age of seniorism, that's when the government starts pulling out mailboxes. They start taking out benches for the elders to sit down. These are just things that I've noticed, that they have actually made it more hard for elders to commute and to get around in the neighborhood in the last 7 years than I've seen since I've been on earth. Hopefully they'll actually step up and they'll do something about this, because this part of the jungles looks beautiful, but there's other parts where this place looks like trash. It's Bacon, signing out.